Hi, my name is Robert Dean Steele, and this is your daily Bible class. We are looking at the parables of Jesus. Now, I just want to remind you that the parables of Jesus that we're doing are in chronological order. There's one here called in Matthew chapter 5, verses 14 and 15. It's called the lamp on the stand. This is a wonderful parable from the Sermon on the Mount. Jesus says, "You are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on a stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house." Now, he's basically saying that those who follow the Lord are, of course, the light of the world. God intends us to give light into the world that we live. Now, it was interesting that this particular portion of Scripture took on a brand new meaning. You see, in 1986, I went to the nation of Israel, my wife and myself. And I remember going that day to the area where purported Jesus did his Sermon on the Mount. And then I kind of looked over the situation and kind of got the pastoral view of what it was all about. And then that night, my wife and I had the privilege of staying in a hotel right on the shore of Lake Galilee, or the Sea of Galilee as it's known. And that night, as I was sitting on the terrace getting ready for bed, I was having a time of prayer, and I looked around and I saw all around the area. Now you have to understand, the Sea of Galilee is in kind of a natural depression. It's about 900 feet below sea level and is completely surrounded on each side by hills. And these hills are quite high. And on the top of these hills were these communities, these settlements, these cities. And all around them I could see me. And in my mind's eye, I could see Jesus talking about that. In the imagination of the people of that day, they could see the lights at night. And it just brought to me just the wonderful illustration that a city on a hill, when it's lit up, cannot be hid. When I was a young person, one of my favorite sights was driving south from Claresholm into Calgary. And in this one area, about 18 or 20 miles, you come over this escarpment, this hill, and laying before you is the great city of Calgary. And it's just literally miles and miles and miles of lights. This illustrates that a light on a hill, a city on a hill, cannot be hid. A light on a hill cannot be hid. God does not want your light to be hid. He wants your light to be shown. That's why he also said, with a second emphasis, he says, do people light a lamp and then put it under a bowl? No, of course not. That's not logical. What they do is they put it on a stand so it gives light to everyone in the house. God intended you to be a light. He did not want you to put your light under a bowl. He doesn't want the wonderful message of Jesus Christ hid away. We are called to love the Lord our God with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love our neighbor as ourselves. And in that way, what we have, we can give to others. We've been given this wonderful message of redemption. We have experienced redemption. We have been saved. God has translated us from the kingdom of darkness into the kingdom of light. And in response to that, we are called to as well bring this message to those around us. That's why we're to give light. That's why we are called to not only follow the great commandment, but as well the Great Commission, to go into all our world and preach the gospel. And sometimes we're even allowed to do it with words, but we do it with our life. And so today, be the light that God intended you to be. It's inside of you. It's called the light of Christ. That which you receive, pass unto others. If you want to be a reflection of Jesus Christ, then just ask yourself this question: what would Jesus do? And then do it. And that way, you are a light in your world today. My name is Robert Dean Steele. You have yourself a great and godly day. This is your daily Bible class.